Prestige was the name of the company that Bow Wow rented the cars from, which was likely encouraged by the show, as Birdman also used the service during his appearance. Regardless, people clowned on Bow Wow, stating, "Ha ha ha, I wonder if he rented the condo too," which by looking at his life was also highly likely. Some high-profile
Tokyo Drift was the best movie, bruh. I'm telling you, dog.
It was, all right, we got a couple of houses picked out for you. Wow. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, Redman simply refused.
And I said, you know what? No, I don't want to rent a house. I want y'all to come to my house.
Accidentally making the show's most relatable episode. He brought MTV Cribs to his 2-bedroom apartment, where he ironed his shirts on the floor. Hey, you could barely notice his cousin sleeping on the ground.
Worry about the screen too.
So MTV Crib was extremely fake. Here's the evidence.
It belonged to someone else. MTV Cribs wasn't exactly legit.
And we said that that was my house.
We knew that already,
Oh,
bro.
that wasn't your house.
No, it's all lies.
And nothing shows this better than the episode with Ja Rule. He flexed his 5-bedroom mansion on...
Man, why it had to be him, no, bruh? Of all people, it had to be Ja Rooster. Rooster. Roo, baby. I do. Be living it up.
Where he talked about living beside other famous celebrities. The house was so familiar that Ja Rule named each area, calling his courtyard the Open Paradise, which was patrolled by his guard dog Cookie. It was shown in the intro that the property was
The dog don't even know his
but this was
ass.
assumed to be on a long-term basis, given he knew almost everything about the mansion. However, as it turns out, Ja Rule's house on Cribs was actually a 4-day rental, which was exposed in the most embarrassing way, by lawsuit. Ja Rule paid $46,000 for the 4-day lease, promising the mansion's owner it'd be used as a private home for 8 adults with no video shoots and no loud parties. Well, Ja Rule broke all 3 conditions, shooting his...
He literally lied the whole time. And what he was gonna do when using his crib. Why do niggas lie? Why did you have to spend $46,000 just to spend more money in a lawsuit, brother? Rent a crib specifically for a video shoot. And it wasn't a video shoot like booties and titties shaking. It still was camera crew and multiple people, more than the 8 adults, cuz. So, hey, bro.
TV episode whilst having a party
Tripping.
with over...
Bro, y'all ever seen Fire Fraud? When they was making like the best concert, it's supposed to be like after Woodstock type drum. My man's Ja Rule was tied up in it too, bro. Finesser. So he been a finesser. He been lying. This is evidence.
The 600 people. In the process, holes were punched in the walls, furniture and doors were damaged, the driveway somehow cracked, while condoms and syringes were left throughout the house. As a result,
Syringes?
Ja Rule and MTV was sued for $1 million.
What the
But
fuck?
at least it looked like a house that Ja Rule would live in, as the Yin Yang twins' crib was laughably out of character. The Atlanta gangster rapping duo opened the door revealing the most suburban house, filled with fish tanks, sailing boats, and sea-related artwork.
We waving like the sea.
I did not know. By the time I understood what it was, I don't know, bro. It was on the tail end. They producers, editors, whoever made this show, y'all niggas is trash, bro. Cause look at this shit. Look at this shit. Y'all got boats, bro. This not even their character. Not even a piece of their character.
Filled with
Look, fish, sailing boats, and more sailing boats.
We waving.
And this nigga talking about, we waving. Them boys going off script, bro. They going off the top, bro. Give niggas an inch, they take them out.
Definitely decorated by some old white people.
Not the Yin Yang twins. That's a fact.
Just a random old white guy's house that likes to fish and likes boats.
That even argued over where they bought appliances and had to improvise names for each of the fish. You can tell the Yin Yang twins have never been in that house. It seemed they at least owned the vehicles at the end, as the cars displayed by Bow Wow were rented for the show. He was just 18 years old during his first first Cribs appearance, but despite having starred in some high-profile movies, it seemed unreal.
Like Mike, my favorite movie. I promise to God, I grew up on these movies, bro. That's why Bow Wow will forever, bro, be my favorite artist, favorite person, bro.
But despite having starred in some high-profile
Tokyo Drift was the best movie, bro. I'm telling you, dog. Hey, Tokyo Drift was the shit, bro. And he had them all black, them all red Jordans on. I can't remember the number of the Jordans, bro, but it was all red suede Jones. I think it was like the 18s or something, like 18. No, it wasn't 18s. It probably was like 19s. It was something crazy at the time. Bow Wow had all the swag, like Mike. Knuckleheads, shout out Knuckleheads. You feel me? Shout out Murph, Calvin Cambridge. I was about to say Calvin. Chris Webber right here. AI right here. Steve Nash. J Kidd. Nigga. And Johnson Family get vacation, bro. For Johnson Family Vacation, they had the Lincoln Navigator, dog. I'm running off right now, but this shit was an era for me. Watching these bitches in the back of the car on family trips, bro. Me and my brother. And he got the questions on. I think them the questions. I don't know. I had them. No, I think I had the answers. I don't know, bro. I had the Georgetown joint store. Fuck it, my fault.
It seemed unrealistic that he could afford a 6-bedroom mansion and a fleet of luxury cars. With his name airbrushed above his bed, it seemed as though Bow Wow at least owned the house, although the luxury vehicles were a little more suspicious. Because 2 years later,
that's better than nothing, though.
Again, during which a viewer made an observation. We had
that's
MTV
better than
Cribs
nothing.
running in the background and watched 21.
That nigga had the house at least. He went the car, fuck the car. It don't matter about that. The crib is, though, that ain't kept.
1-year-old Bow Wow show off his bachelor pad in Miami, along with his pimped out Bentley, Lamborghini, and Cadillac Escalade. But then we noticed the word Prestige at the bottom of all 3 cars, and decided to Google Prestige Rental Cars Miami, and what do you know, there it was. Prestige was the name of the company that Bow Wow rented the cars from, which was likely encouraged by the show, as Birdman also used the service during his appearance. Regardless, people clowned on Bow Wow, stating, ha ha ha, I wonder if he rented the condo too, which by looking at his life was also highly likely. For example, he'd post his Ferrari to his Instagram, writing, take the drop top to the night spot, keep the California in California, we went hard tonight Grammy weekend, which was then reposted by a car rental company who accidentally exposed our good friend Bow Wow pulling up to the Grammys with our Ferrari California. 1 year later, it was exposed for flexing a rented Hollywood mansion, but the worst example was in 2017 when he'd post this to his Instagram. He showed the private jet he was taking to his concert, yet the very same day this Snapchat went viral. So this guy Lil Bow Wow is on my flight to NY.
There's no way he did that. No.
But on Instagram, he posted a picture of a private jet caption traveling to NY today, shaking my head. Turns out Bow Wow's picture of his private jet had been taken from a limo company's website, prompting people to dig even deeper, discovering he'd done this on more than one occasion. It seems his MTV Cribs episode led to years and years of faking luxury, but as mentioned in Bow Wow's expose,
this nigga been catfishing for years, bro. What the hell?
Of excess. He showed his 19-bedroom, 35-bathroom mansion, which included a squash court, movie theater, recording studio, and its very own nightclub. Equally impressive was his car collection, which included 4 different rare collectible Ferraris, leading him to state,
I know you ain't see these before when you was watching Cribs because everybody ain't got these.
Yet it seems 50 Cent
Big ass jeans.
Each Ferrari had little numbers on their windshields, leading to a forum post reading, if you notice the small white numbers in the top left-hand corner of the windshields on the F50 and Enzo, those are the numbers of the cars that were in the Hartford Concorso parade, which was confirmed when the user posted these photos.
Bam.
Another forum member added, it's pretty obvious that they aren't his, because it's a known fact that there's only one yellow Enzo in in CT, which was owned by a pretty well-known hedge fund manager. Well, someone else then officially confirmed. The Ferraris are unfortunately not 50 cents. He invited my friend over to his house for this, and my friend let him use his cars for the episode, and they were filming some music videos that day as well. The Enzo F50 and 599 all belonged to one owner. When 50 Cent later filed for bankruptcy, he'd admit the cars were rented. He'd instead pay off debts by selling his
I remember
mansion,
that nigga had to file for
joining
bankruptcy.
the likes of JoJo,
I didn't know
who
what that
admitted to
mean.
doing MTV Cribs while she was actually homeless. JoJo showed MTV through her Cape Cod vacation home, where she supposedly loved spending her summers. It was
Maybe.
therefore a little weird that she'd invite her extended family, but she'd reveal the reason for this exactly 10 years later. JoJo was asked about the episode in a Huffington Post interview, to which she'd respond it was so ridiculous. The thing is, we didn't have a home at that point. My mum and I were living out of
Damn, bruh.
suitcases and were mostly in hotels. So that was actually my uncle's house on the Cape. That wasn't my house, that wasn't my stuff. I should have
At
bought
least
hard
it was
and
the
been
family.
like, welcome to my crib, look at how luxurious it is, and I should have rented out a place. But no, I just used my uncle's crib. JoJo further clarified.
So we went to the Cape, which I've like never been to
Bucket.
the Cape. I like never go to the Cape, and we said that that was my house.
Oh, that wasn't your house.
No, that was not my house. We brought in some like items that I had. It's all lies.
Should also answer the question,
Why even bother doing the episode then?
For the exposure.
Oh, okay.
but no episode was faker than the one by Robbie Williams. He showed MTV his massive British castle, talking about the spots where he'd been snapped by paparazzi. He then shows his group of friends before making a joke,
I don't really know these people, but what I do is I actually phone Rent-A-Friend.
but apparently he'd also phoned Rent a Castle. You see, the building was so big that people recognized it as the famous St. Catherine's Court, which was owned by someone else completely, Jane Seymour.
What?
She had no idea that Robbie ever went there, or that
No,
he'd
he
hired a fake butler to
finessing.
help out with the shoot. It wouldn't be until 17 years later that Robbie finally admitted, we didn't let Jane know that I was gonna pretend it was my house. And because I was like 23 and full of spunk, I didn't even consider other people's thoughts or feelings.
I already
So
know
I'd
he
like
didn't.
to take this opportunity to apologize to Jane Seymour, but it might not have even been Robbie Williams' fault. Because Redman explained in a DJ Vlad interview
I remember that. I remember
MTV tried to get him to
Redman
rent
shit.
a house for Cribs.
He said, hell
We in
no.
the house, so I can open the big double doors and shit. Like, yo, look at my shit. You know.
with MTV trying to choose the home themselves.
The first thing they said was, all right, we got a couple of houses picked out for you. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, Redman simply refused,
And I said, you know what? No, I don't want to rent a house. I want y'all to come to my house.
accidentally making the show's most relatable episode. He brought MTV Cribs to his 2-bedroom apartment, where he ironed his shirts on the floor and flexed his frozen fish fillets. Redman's recording studio was just a messy bedroom, whilst the rest of his house was in such disarray, you could barely notice his cousin sleeping on the ground. He concludes the episode stating, next time y'all need to find me, just rub these 2 wires for the doorbell.
Don't worry about the screen too. You know it's still good.
The realest episode of
Yo.
MTV Cribs. Redman
The best episode, bro. The best episode ever. Like, I forgot about that shit.